Hello everyone, it's Birdie here, the recycled hippie chick. Hey, I've been watching while I was waiting for it to heat up out here in my art room. I was watching Joe DeFee. I think I'm saying that right. Right now I'm loving watching Joe DeFee and Sigita. I think she's also known as Sigita's Coffee Stains. Loving her. Like, I am addicted to Sigita right now. But I was watching Joe DeFee, and she was making some little journal cards, and I thought I would make some. I've really got to put some journals together today, but I just wanted to create and make a video, so I thought I'd make some journal cards first, and then I'll spend the rest of the evening putting some more journals together from my Etsy shop. Okay, you know how we all are as artists. We take and watch somebody else and call ourselves a copycat, but actually we put our own spin on it. We end up using something different or doing it in a different way, and it always turns out different. So Joe DeFee was using index cards, and I don't buy anything. So I went over to my stash and I found some of this long paper. It was long like this, boop, 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 boop. And it was called Bristol Smooth. So I whacked it up into what looks like index card sizes. And then I saw these and I thought, well, shoot, I'll use some of those. And then I saw some of these. I don't know what they are, but it says Milton Bradley, so I'm taking it was some type of a gain back in the day. So I got an idea that I didn't want to bother the front of this and journal it up. So I thought I would just put some lined paper on the back of these and ink them around them for journal. You know, voila, instant journal card, right? But I do want to tell you a little tip, a little birdie tip, that when I do something like this and I'm copycatting off of somebody that I have watched on YouTube, I always make two of them. So one of them I can use in a journal, and the other one I kind of file away in my little box for my sample, so that when I want to make some more, it gives me an idea of what I did. Okay, so that's what I do. So I'm going to make two of everything except for my little things over here I whacked up because I just went ahead and did the whole big long sheet. And I obviously cut this crooked, but you know what? I really don't care because I can trim it later after the glue's dried on it or whatever. Or not. Right? So, I just wanted to get on and visit. I have some ideas. Oh, great. Now my hearing aid battery, the little lady in my head says, "Your battery is low." So I guess I'm going to ignore her because I don't need to hear anything anyway, right? Except for my self-talk, and I already know how to do that. So, what was I saying? See, she bothers me when she talks in my ear like that, and then I completely forget what I was saying. Well, anyway, we'll just continue on. I'm going to glue these down and get them out of the way first, so we can continue on with our journal cards. Matter of fact, I might just do one and do the other one later so you don't have to watch me. I'm just using tacky glue because that's all that's on my table right now. And it's cheaper, and I don't know if it works better or not. But dang, that Fabri-Tac is like 10 bucks a bottle. So... and there's two kinds. One of them says Fabri-Tac, and the other one says Fabri something else. It's different, but it's kind of in the same kind of bottle. So I don't know which is which or which is better. I just get them and use them. And what I'm going to do is, what did I do with my little card? I was just sitting here. Here it is. Oh, Lord, you guys. I am a red hot mess. I'm going to smooth that out just simply because if I were journaling, I wouldn't want the little glue lines under my pen. So I'm just going to smooth it out a little bit so it's a little easier. to write on. Wham bam. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to come back and ink around the edges. Okay, fine. We will do it right now because you know I will forget. I'll have to trim a little bit of that off, it looks like. Just a little bit. Like that. So, what have you guys been doing? I have been stocking my Etsy shop. You guys, I will probably talk about this stinking Etsy shop for quite a while because I am so excited that it's even happening that I can't even tell you how. I never thought I could be an Etsy shop owner. So, oh, I know. Don't let me forget. I was going to tell you about some things I'm wanting to do in this next year. So, my friend Becky, she got laid off, and because of this stupid COVID thing. And I was telling her how I really wanted to start a shop, but I don't know the technology, and, you know, I don't know. Look here, a journal tag. Let's go ahead and do this side. And she said, you know what, I don't have anything else to do. Could I just come over and piddle while you're art journaling? I said, yes. So she was coming over and just sitting in the art room with me, piddling on her computer. And I was talking to her about the Etsy thing. And she said, well, good grief, it can't be that hard. Let's try it. So I'm over here doing my thing. And the next thing you know, Becky's over there and she's got the darn thing figured out. So she has put everything on for me and not help me, she's done it for me. She's taken the pictures of all my stuff, she's measured it, she's put the description down, she's pretending like she's Birdie so that, you know, because I don't know what I'm doing. And I sit over here and build journals while she puts them on and asks me, you know, how does this sound or what should I say? She doesn't know a thing about art journals. So she's going, you know, what's slow stitch? What's a trifold? What's a soft journal? What's a paper bag journal? So I'm just telling her everything. And she's over there doing it. And I cannot tell you what a blessing that has been. Now, of course, I'm going to have to learn how to do it also myself. But until then, which I think will probably be Monday, she has been blessing me with this. So let me tell you what I'm going to do real quick, because, you know, I'm just here to visit. I'm not really here to instruct you on how to do this or where I got that or anything else, because this is all free. What the heck? So I guess this had some red paint in it from some other time. I was just going to get the edges wet. Joe DeFee said before she puts her gelato on, she just gets the edges wet. And obviously, I'm not going to need to put gelato on this one, because I may get redness all the way around. What does Tiff from Southern Gals Designs call that? A twofer. 2-for-1. So I'm getting a twofer out of this deal right here. I might need just a teeny weeny little tab, and we'll see more at the bottom. We'll see if this one here is even partially the same color, but you only see a teeny bit sticking out. So there we go. Good enough. So I was going to tell you what I'm doing this next year. I have some other things I want to gab about. And I don't want to gab while I just want to keep things general when I'm doing like I'm doing right now, when I'm just playing. And then I have 2 other subjects I would like to visit about, but I want to do them separately so that those who are interested and want to listen have a choice. Now, this is not working out the way Joe DeFee's did. So, but we're going to do it anyway. She had chocolate brown, and I do not. This is, I don't know what color, some goldish color. But that's okay, because I do with what I have. So one of my subjects that I want to talk about is my health. I have some issues, and I just don't really want to talk about it on here because I don't want to be a sissy whiner and complain, and I just want to keep things light, you know, on here. But the other day I was watching Nick the Booksmith, and she has some health issues too, and she did a separate video and was telling all of her followers what's going on. So I was like, oh my gosh, if I could help one person by sharing my story like Nick did, then it would be worth that video. And the people who are not interested in hearing about it could just cruise on by and know they don't want to listen to the health one. So what I'm going to do is do my little health video, and I'll think of some cute little title for it. I don't know what. Birdie's Band-Aid. I don't know. And then another video I would like to do is a God video, because I love the Lord, and I have been learning so much in my studies, and I'm here by myself, and all I have is my husband to share it with when he comes home at night. But I thought, oh my gosh, I would love to share the things that I'm learning. So I may have like a coffee with Birdie and God or something like that. I don't know what I'll name that one. That way, if you're not a God person, cruise on by. If you are and you want to hear about it, stay and have coffee with me, right? This, let me just tell you right now, this Bristol smooth paper, it must be a watercolor paper or something, because it does not hold the water. I mean, it just soaks it right up. See, that's already dry, and it's not leaving me any puddle to run my gelato down. That's why it's not. So I'm going to have to do each little area. I can't do the whole card. You could do this with anything, you know. I'm just doing it because this is what Jody did. Jody. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. I'm sorry, Jody Fee, if I am messing your name up, but it's pretty the way I'm saying it, so I hope it's right. You could use anything. You could not wet it down. You could do this. You could do the way a lot of people do with their gelatos. You could just go down it with your finger. You could get your finger wet. You could use a Stabilo. You could use a chalk pencil. You could use a China marker. You could use whatever you want. You are the artist. You are the boss. Do it the way you want. I'm just trying her technique because it was new and I just wanted to try something different. There we go. There's those. And let's see here. What should we go around these with? And you have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just leading you along in the dark. I didn't even make a sample for you. So, poor things. You don't even know what I'm doing. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking about doing. Is taking you on my God journey and also telling you about my health issues, hoping that maybe there's one person out there that it would speak to that maybe is going through the same thing I am. And that would be what it's all about. Well, let's try this one, just to be different. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but I am a goat lover. I'm really a chicken lover. But I think I've told you guys probably 100 times that all my chickens got massacred and my heart just cannot do it again. So I've moved up to something a little bigger, and I've got 4 goats now. And so I show pictures of them a lot on my Instagram or my Facebook, if you follow me on Facebook. And I am learning. I go out there every morning and I feed and I sit, because you know one of them was birthed and rejected by her mother. And I don't know if I did any videos about her or if I've just talked about her. Anyway, she was left for dead by her mother, and I took her in and I bottled him. Him, not her. His name is Forrest Gump, and he's special. And I took him in and bottle raised him. And so now that he's an adult, still the herd, the only other one that likes him is the other baby who was born about 3 weeks later after Forrest. His name is Stormy because he was born on a very stormy night. Well, they're the only 2 that are friends, are the 2 baby billy goats, and the 2 mothers hate Forrest. They try to keep him from eating. They don't like him to sleep with them. They're just rude. As a matter of fact, I would love to give them away and just have the 2 boys. But, so in the morning when I go out to feed, I sit for a while. It's actually my prayer time. That's when I pray and talk to God, because I have to separate the goats, some in this stall and some in this stall, so that poor Forrest can eat, because I let the babies eat together and I let the mamas eat together because they won't let Forrest eat. So I sit out there with him while he's eating to make sure he is able to finish. And that's when I do my praying. So I do a lot of goat watching. I'm just using scraps. You know, I'm just going to collage these cards, and on the back I'm going to put paper for whoever gets a journal to journal on. And then the front can either be, I'm going to just paper clip them to a page, or you could stick them in a pocket or whatever, but I'm sticking some tags off of the edge of these, so I don't think they would go in a pocket very easily. I'm not sure. I didn't really catch what Jody Fee was going to do with hers, so I am just going to, we're just going to play. And you can stick them wherever you want, right? Stick them however you want. I think this one should go up here with the black. Anyway, so I go out there and I watch my goats. And I observe them. And I have learned the mannerisms of a goat. And it's amazing how routine a goat is. They want everything done at the same time, in the same manner, every day, every way. That's just how they are. So when I go out there to feed, they know where the food is. They know how much they each get. They know where their bowls are. I mean, it's amazing. If you try to change things up, it throws them off. So I feed them every day, same place, same bowl, same way, same order. You know, everybody gets theirs. The Milk Dud gets hers first, then Milky Way, then Stormy, then Forrest, because that's just the way we do it. I'm not really liking that first one, but we're gonna roll with it. So, what I have learned this winter is goats know when you wear something different. Like, normally I don't have a winter hat on, you know, with earmuffs and stuff. When I go out there with my winter hat on, it throws them off, and they don't want anything to do with me. It's almost like I am a stranger. So they shy away from me. Same with if I have gloves on. They won't let me pet them with gloves on. I have to take my gloves off, pet them, let them smell me, let them know who I am. It's just the weirdest thing that they want nothing to do with me with my gloves or my winter hat. Now they're getting used to it because I take my hat off, I let them smell my hair, you know. They're my babies. That's what I do. Okay, I'm already breaking the first rule of Jodie Fee. She says don't put glue all around your picture. That way, if you just put glue in the middle, you can tuck stuff down behind it as you're collaging. So, I screwed the first one up, but here we go. We'll try this again. And I'm going to sew around the outside, so it really doesn't matter if I get glue clear out to the edge or not, because I'm going to sew that down. So, anyway, here I am in the wintertime. I notice that when you see a goat in the pasture and he looks all fluffy and puffed up, it's not winter hair. My goats do not have winter hair. They have an ability to shake themselves and puff their hair up like a chicken does. If you have chickens, have you ever noticed how they shake, 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 and then they're all puffy and fluffed out? Well, a goat can do that too. Are you guys, do I even have you in screen? Yes. So, just another tidbit for all of you interested in Wild Kingdoms Mutual of Omaha's goat lesson today is goats fluff themselves up to keep warm. I think it adds a little cushion of air, you know, between them and their hair to keep them warm. Well, let me just tell you that a goat does not like you to touch them when they're puffed up. They want you to leave them alone so that you don't mess their fluff up. So I had to learn that, oh, I thought, why don't you guys want me to love on you? Well, it's not that they don't want me to love on them. They just have their fluff going on, and I'm interfering with that. So, yeah, just something you might want to learn with your goats. Also, Forrest, my baby, he is a very picky eater. And I only know this about him because I sit and observe him the most because he's my favorite. He will eat, if they're, you know, they say goats will eat anything. Not mine. Mine are actually pretty picky. I don't think it's because I've spoiled them. I think it's just because I observe them and know that goats are kind of picky. He does not like anything in his bowl. Now, there could be a piece of hay in his bowl, and it could be the same hay that he eats. But he will eat all around that piece of hay and not touch the goat food that's touching the hay. He just won't. It just bothers him. And he eats one thing at a time. Okay, so the goat kibble that I give them has some oats in it, some corn, and then the rest is goat kibble. You know, it's, what do you call it? Pressed Timothy hay or something, or alfalfa or whatever it is. It's all pressed together into this little pellet. Well, he eats first every piece of corn out of the bowl, and then after he's eaten the corn, he eats the oats, and then after he eats the oats, he eats every little pellet of sweet feed, and then after he's eaten the sweet feed, he eats the dry kibble. It's like these guys are cray-cray. How picky they are. Their water, in the summertime, I have to go out and make sure it's cool, nice cool water, because they do not like hot water. And I can just hear you guys now going, oh girl, if they lived at my house, they'd drink that water sooner or later or they would starve. I know, I can hear my dad saying that too. But they like cool water. They don't like it dirty. So if it has hay floating in it or gunk or whatever, they don't like it. So I make sure they have fresh water all the time. See how, since I didn't glue out to the edge, I can stick pieces behind and stuff. Isn't that a brilliant idea of hers? These tea bags, you guys, are kind of, they're not paper. They're kind of polyester. I don't like them because you can only tear them straight. You can't rip them in a weird manner. So, but they'll be perfect for this because I can stick them here and there. Like this. So anyway, there you have it. Just thought I'd tell you about the mannerisms of a goat. Aren't you excited that you tuned in today? Let me tell you. But I do love my animals. And yes, I do spoil them. And yes, I know it. And yes, I will continue because I love them. They have been great therapy for me. When my son was younger and I homeschooled him, we had goats back then and chickens and geese, and I would take my son out to the barnyard for at least an hour and have him sit and observe the animals and tell me what he learned from observing. And of course, he had to feed and water and do all that good jazz too. But I made him observe animals so that he could learn about nature. I had him do it with the gardening too. I wanted him to know how things grew, and you know, it's stuff I feel like kids need to know. They say in cities, there's kids that don't even know where their food comes from. So, if my son didn't learn anything else, at least he knows where food comes from, and he knows how to take care of goats and chickens. Oh, man. You know what? We need some words here. I didn't get any. We need some words. You know, we've got to have some words here. This is how terrible my brain is. I just watched that video before I started here, and I have already forgotten some of her tips and tricks. I mean, that is just how quick it goes with me. It's terrible. I don't know if any of you girls or guys have brain fog like that, but it's really hits me. Hits me hard and frustrates me bad. I know she had tabs hanging off. I know she sewed around. I know she had like a little focal point in there, which I'm going to use. Oh, let me tell you. I sold this journal to this. Oh, these are cute. Let's use these. I sold this journal to this little gal who I have no idea who she is. And she, a few days later, I got this package in the mail. This big manila envelope. Oh, I just love this little riggedy stuff. I don't want to cover it up. This big manila envelope full of happy mail. And I will show it. I wanted to show it today, but I knew this was going to take a while to do this, so I didn't show it today. But I do want to show you my happy mail from her. This came in it, this little teeny book, these little cards, these little pictures, these little stamps. Anyway, I got a whole envelope of stuff. Her name is Melanie. Wait, let me make sure I know her name so I don't get that wrong. Tiffany. Her name is Tiffany. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Tiffany, if you're watching me. I don't even know if she watches my videos or not, but I will show you her happy mail. It's just that I want to use some of these now because they're so adorable. Look at these tiny little pages. But yes, that I would sell something to someone and they would think nice enough of me to send me a package of ephemera. Just all this ephemera. I mean, who does that? This is just crazy. I am so blessed. I cannot even tell you beyond measure how blessed I am. This is a little piece. This will be cute. This is a little piece of deli paper with a, looks like I've stenciled on it or something. Jelly plated, or I'm pretty sure this is stenciled. So that will be cute. Oh, let's see here. What can I put there? She did these cute little tabs that stuck off the side. Let's use one of these to do that with. She did a couple of those, and I was thinking about I thought I had a piece of material. She also took a little piece of yarn that she had and glued it in under her little focal. So let's go ahead and finish this one up. Let's find a little focal here to glue in. I don't know. These are little stickers, I believe. And I think I'm going to stick one of these on. Okay. Now, let's find a cute little picture. Here, let's use one of these. This is on a piece of scrapbooking paper. So we will put this little guy on here, right there. And how are we going to do that? I'll just sew him on. Just sew this little... Oh my gosh, look you guys, we have practically finished that. Okay, let's put one more tab on there. What could we use? Let's cut one of these up. Okay, let's ink it. I wish I had a real inker, and I wish I had, I don't know if they do, but I think it would be a lot more economical if instead of buying a new ink pad every time, if they had a bottle just to re-ink this with. I just come up with a brilliant idea. Let's see here. I have these little things I have stamped. Oh, let's just glue that on there, and we'll just do this. Oh yeah, okay, let's do that. I wish you could just re-ink these instead of buying a new stamp pad. Okay, we're going to put this little tab right there, and we're going to put this little acorn over here. Voila! And then I will sew that here in a minute and show you what that looks like. Okay, there's one down. Yay, this is so fun. How much time have I got? Can we still play? 30 stinking 4 minutes? Oh, you guys, I can't. How do I do this? Well, that's just too long. 34 minutes. Let's just stop here. I will push pause. I will sew this and come back, show you what it looks like finished, and then we'll call it good. And you'll know that, you know, I'm just going to do the same thing to all these, okay? Because 34 minutes is too long. I don't want to keep you guys too long. Okay, you guys, here it is. I went ahead and finished. I zigzagged or attempted. It's that free motion. My little material on my little yarn for texture. I did a little bit of straight stitching here and stitched all the way around the edge. Now, I told you I was probably going to put a journal spot on the back, but I don't know if I can glue this on. If I can glue a piece of paper with lines on and you still be able to write on it or not. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll have to think about it. I may just put a little square of scrapbooking paper on there. I don't know. Or I may put a piece of scrapbooking paper on there with a piece of lined paper. That will give it a little more stability. So anyway, there it is, a little journaling card. And I had fun gabbing with you today. And I hope you run over and check out my Etsy shop. And also check me out on Instagram. And I will link both of those below. Now, I am just learning this. And every time I link it, it's a complete surprise that I figured it out. So be patient with me. If it's not linked, I will have to wait till Monday when Becky gets here to have her help me do that. So hope I can do it by myself. Anyway, God bless each and every one of you. I love all of you. I'm so thankful for all my new subscribers. And I'm just having a blast doing this. And I hope you'll join me for another video. Bye-bye from Birdie.